Today is a sacred day for me in my world, so I've decided to share. So, what I'm going to do today is give you the information that you need to overcome type 2 diabetes. Uh, so, I'm titling this piece EGB Blood Type Based Fitness, the Destruction of Type 2 Diabetes. So, I want you to listen very carefully, and I want you to take in as much information as you can. If necessary, just play the video over and over and over so that you can allow this information to seep down into your subconscious. Because if you need it and you've been struggling with it, I'm going to give you the information that you need to overcome. All right, so I want you to remember three different things that we're going to focus on. Well, actually four, right? These three are primarily what's important. This right here is going to be something that assists and brings clarity to some of the questions that you may have. All right, the first is Gymnema sylvestre. It's a plant. It's a leaf. Mainly used in a lot of places like India and Africa, they use the leaf to make tea. Why is that important relative to diabetes or type 2 diabetes? It's important because this plant contains chemicals that are called saponins or saponins. All right, now what is that? A saponin is a chemical that naturally lowers blood sugar by blocking glucose absorption during digestion. That means it prevents it from getting into the bloodstream, which affects your blood sugar levels. All right, now we want to get have a little bit more understanding of the power of saponin. Saponin, there's just a saponin fact. It protects the body against fungi, bacteria, and viruses, while at the same time stimulating T cell production. Now, we know what a T cell is. A lot of times when you are dealing with cancer patients, cancer survivors, people who are dealing with AIDS or some form of HIV, what that virus does is destroys the T cell. So what they're doing is using medication to prop up the T cell count to fight off the virus, right? It's a white blood cell. A T cell is a white blood cell, and the T cell is produced. It's the production of it is stimulated by saponin, right? These primary drugs for cancer and HIV have this component in them. It is a beautiful thing for the immune system. So even if you don't have cancer or have HIV, understand the power of Gymnema sylvestre. Now, the second thing that we're going to focus on is niacin. Niacin is an essential vitamin. It's the essential vitamin B3. Why is it an essential vitamin? What does that mean? It means that it is something that the body itself cannot produce, and so it must be obtained from an outside source. So what I've done is taken the time to give you the information, give you some of the sources of which you can find this vitamin. All right? One of the other things that it does simultaneously, it basically dictates triglycerides, and triglycerides are fat. So you have where your LDLs or your low cholesterol, the cholesterol that's supposed to be low, it lowers it. The cholesterol that's good, that's supposed to be high, it raises it. So this is the power of that, and it's very aggressive and it's very powerful. All right, so just to give you a list, people who just eat regular food, this is a complete protein list. So chicken breast specifically, tuna, salmon, liver, whether it's chicken or beef, mackerel, sardines, lean beef. You can also have bison, and then you can have turkey. Now, if you are a vegan and you say, well, I don't eat any of this stuff, okay, you can have hemp seeds, which is also a complete protein. It has all of the amino acids that you need, the 9 essential amino acids, just like chicken, tuna, salmon, liver, just like all of these things. All right? Black chia seeds, quinoa, goji berries, elderberries, acai berries. Then you have pure cacao. That's the bean that produces chocolate. All right? You also have star fruit, and then you have avocado. Right? This is a list of all of the things that provide your body with niacin. That very essential ingredient that you need to fight off or regulate your blood sugar levels because of the fact that it dictates triglycerides, fat. So you either have good fats or bad fat. Some people refer to it as beige fat and white fat. Beige fat being the good, white fat being the bad. All right? Now, tryptophan. That's very important too because tryptophan is also it's essential, but it's an essential A amino acid, which also means your body cannot produce it. So you have to get it from some outside source. Now, Turkey also has a great source of tryptophan in it. Now, why is tryptophan important? Because the body is so beautiful. Tryptophan, if you can put this A amino acid into your body will take it and convert it into niacin. So you can also use it. So here are some other foods that you can take in if you don't like this list, right? So again, I'm going with the regular complete proteins: eggs, lamb, scallops, crabs, goat, lobster, duck, shrimp, veal. You also have the vegan list: pumpkin seeds, oatmeal, green peas, sweet potatoes, flax seeds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, almonds, soybeans, and walnuts. And over here too, I forgot my double A's. They're also on this vegan list, and they're also very great sources of niacin. There's aloe, and specifically get the leaf, if you can, and apple cider vinegar. This is one of the reasons why apple cider vinegar has been used forever, because it provides the body with this essential B3 vitamin, along with a lot of other different things. Now, you may be asking yourself, I don't want to eat a lot of salmon and tuna and mackerel and sardines, but the reason why you don't want to eat the fish or the shrimp or seafood is because you've been told about the mercury. That is true. You do run the risk of taking in a high metal content, harmful metals, when you eat a lot of fish. But that's nothing to be afraid of, because when you have science and information destroys fear. Now let me show you something. These are the metal detectors. You don't need a liver pill, you don't need a liver detox, you don't need a formula that's put together. All you need to do is get you some chlorella and some spirulina. These are natural metal detectors. They are detoxifiers, specifically when you take chlorella and mix it with cilantro. Right? So what happens is you should not take it all at the same time. The research says that you should take chlorella an hour before you put the cilantro in your body. Now, how does this work? Right? Okay, so the chlorella, it goes into your liver. And what it does is, like I said, it's a metal detector. So it goes into your body, and it's like a magnet. You can stick it anywhere, and wherever there's metal, it's going to gather it up. It's going to bind all of the metal together. What the cilantro does is signals to the liver to release it. So when the cilantro comes in, it says, hey, okay, turn it loose. And then it releases it, and then it comes out of the bile duct, or it's secreted through the normal processes. Now, this is the research. The research, they've done all of the research. I just went and done all the homework, and I'm bringing it to you because if you've been dealing with type 2 diabetes, primarily if you are melanated, that is probably one of the greatest killers. And a lot of people can't overcome it because whenever they go sit down and talk to the doctor is giving them a lot of information, but they don't understand because it's not being put in layman's terms, right? So I'm putting it in layman's terms for you. Now, the research says that if you utilize chlorella and cilantro, spirulina is great too. You can put it in your smoothies. Chlorella, you can put it in your smoothies. All of these, and this is not seaweed, it's algae. There is a difference, all right? Green and blue algae, all right? So the research has already shown us that if you combine chlorella with cilantro in the form that I told you, then in 45 days, your body will rid itself of 87% of the lead that's present. 87% in 45 days, all right? In 45 days, it will rid itself of 91% of the harmful metal that is mercury, right? In 45 days, it will rid itself of 74% of the aluminum. So you can eat all of the fish you want to eat. As long as you're doing this, you're going to be fine. You don't, just like I said, you don't need the pill when you got science. In some instances, the pill is necessary because sometimes people's bodies don't produce certain things and they need supplementation. I'm not speaking on that. We're talking about facts. We're talking about destroying type 2 diabetes. Now, I'm not a doctor, so we're always smart about how we go about this. Whenever I sit down with my clients, I say, okay, listen, you have a relationship with your doctor. You've been with them 10 years, 15